So this week we've been looking at diverse literature. But almost ironically, one of the most important things to remember with diverse literature is not to teach it as diverse or different or other. That will make students who identify with these authors and texts and characters feel even more marginalized than they already feel. So even as texts like Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, Grace Lynn's award-winning novel, reflect traditions that are not mainstream, it's a Newbery Award-winning book. It should be taught as literature first, with diversity as one of the rich facets of that literary work, but not the reason that we teach it. So, think about that as you are thinking about diversity and fantasy and how these things should just always already be a part of our culture. Because they are a part of our culture, they are a part of your classrooms. This is not something you're constructing for your students. This is something that exists that you're stepping into that's beautiful, and you as the teacher are affirming in that classroom. When you get to chapter 9, it's going to list ways that fairy tales and folklore and stuff can function as literary themes. We're going to be getting to that later, but think about how the chapters that we've looked at and your experience personally and the experiences of the people we've listened to this week can help us shape how we're going to use fantasy in the classroom, in the library, in working with kids and literature. Now what's coming around the bend? First of all, we have our group projects. Your fantasy presentations are due week 4, and your illustration projects are due week 5. Both of these things are going to be what we focus on next week. You're not going to have any readings besides this, besides, first of all, creating your presentation and then responding to your peers' presentations. And along with this, one thing that we've been doing in this class is having these, looking at online readings of books. We're going to be practicing that. So one of the things you're going to be doing in your browsing projects is actually reading your book. Or if it's a novel for high schoolers or something, you're going to be reading a selection from it. How do we do these kinds of presentations? Because, believe it or not, this might be something that gets you the job. This is something that my students have used in the past to get jobs at libraries and schools and different places where they are employed with literature with kids. And that is, how do we make this successful online? So we're going to start doing it. I'm doing it live here in these discussions, and it is tough. And the presenting it, the reading it, these are going to be participation grades because we're all learning together. And please remember, I'm here for group conferences, for working with you all one-on-one. Excuse me. When I look at this class, I'm looking at students who are here because you chose to be here. You want to be here, you care about this subject. My job is to enable you, to support you, to help you to do this. And I understand that right now there might be problems or technical difficulties or whatever. I will help get you through it. Please don't panic. I'm here for you. Let's have fun, because when we have fun, our students feel it and they become engaged with literature because we are ourselves. So go out there, have some fun, enjoy your groups. I can't wait to see what you do. Have a great weekend.